You must understand that there's more than one path to the top of the mountain. It is difficult to understand the universe if you only study one planet. In battle, if you make your opponent flinch, you have already won. Do nothing that is of no use. If you wish to control others, you must first control yourself. You can only fight the way you practice. Step by step, walk the 1,000-mile road. To win any battle, you must fight as if you are already dead. It may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. Truth is not what you want it to be, it is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. If you do not control the enemy will control you. Respect the gods, without relying on their help. The purpose of today's training is to defeat yesterday's understanding. Do not waste time idling or thinking after you have set your goals. If you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. Do not regret what you have done. The only reason a warrior is alive is to fight. And the only reason a warrior fights is to win. Accept everything just the way it is. Know your enemy, know his sword. True warriors are fierce because their training is fierce. The path that leads to truth is littered with the bodies of the ignorant. Generally speaking, the way of the warrior is resolute acceptance of death. Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye. Develop intuitive judgment and understanding for everything. You win battles by knowing the enemy's timing and using a timing which the enemy does not expect. Unless you really understand others, you can hardly attain your own self-understanding. In time, all things work to your advantage when you pursue them with an open heart. There is timing in everything. Timing and strategy cannot be mastered without a great deal of practice. Water adopts the shape of its receptacle. It is sometimes a trickle and sometimes a wild sea. You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. Get beyond love and grief. Exist for the good of man. Approach the enemy with the attitude of defeating him without delay. One must make the warrior walk his everyday walk. Immature strategy is the cause of grief. Do not let the body be dragged along by mind, nor the mind be dragged along by the body. If you do not look at things on a large scale, it will be difficult to master strategy. If the enemy stays spirited, it is difficult to crush him. Do not act following customary beliefs. Fixed formation is bad. Study this well. Do not let your opponent see your spirit. When you cannot be deceived by men, you will have realized the wisdom of strategy. All things entail rising and falling timing. You must be able to discern this. By knowing things that exist, you can know that which does not exist. To know 10,000 things, know one well. Never depart from the way of martial arts. The important thing in strategy is to suppress the enemy's useful actions, but allow his useless actions. Consider yourself lightly, consider the world deeply. Even if a man has no natural ability, he can be a warrior. Become acquainted with every art. Whatever the way, the master of strategy does not appear fast. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. The sword has to be more than a simple weapon. It has to be an answer to life's questions. There is even rhythm in being empty. Fixation is the way to death. Fluidity is the way to life. This is something that should be well understood. It is wrong to be inflexible. It is difficult to know yourself if you do not know others. There are 4 ways in which men pass through life: as gentlemen, farmers, artisans, and merchants. Pragmatic thinking is essential. In strategy, it is necessary to treat training as part of normal life with your spirit unchanging. As you get the rhythm, you discern how to win. The teacher is as a needle, the disciple is as thread. You must practice constantly. You must achieve the spirit of not allowing the enemy to attack a second time. It is bad for commanders and troopers to have likes and dislikes. Though you give up your life, do not give up your honor. Both in fighting and in everyday life you should be determined though calm. Observe their attacking order, and go to meet first those who attack first. Everything can collapse. Houses, bodies, and enemies collapse when their rhythm becomes deranged.